Hello everybody, and in this video I'm going to show you how I counter Leona support as Neeko. This is a game I played on the weekend. I usually don't play off stream, but I played one game this weekend and I actually really had a lot of fun on this game, so I thought I would record my opinions on how I played the game and stuff so I could share it with everyone because no one got to see it. So this game I'm versus a support, and as you can see it's TSM DOXA, who is TSM's amateur league support playing Leona, and I will show you how I counter him. So level 1, you can see high level supports like to get level 1 wards in lane. I don't know if I'd recommend this in lower elos, but because he knows that I was there, I don't like to ward the lane because he's going to just walk over and sweep it level 1. So yeah, I'm going to go over here and try to get a ward down. So basically the strategy on how you counter Leona as Neeko is when Leona goes in and hits the E, she flies into melee range and then she hits you with an auto attack stun. So the key to this is when she hits the E, you don't stealth yet on Neeko. You need to make sure you don't panic stealth. What you want to do is you want to wait after she hits you with the E. She's going to fly in. When she's in melee range and you watch her auto attack, when she's about to auto attack you, you stealth the auto attack, then the route from the E ends and you can try to run away from her. So that's how you counter Leona as Neeko. It'll take a bit of practice with timing, but once you get the timing down, you'll get it very easily. And you'll see in this lane it happens at level 2, so just keep watching for a little bit and you'll see that happen. So I'm coming into lane, turning into Rumble just because more move speed, and I'm going into Misfortune just to hide my auto attack, so the enemy team doesn't know that I start W level 1 and doesn't know that I'm getting my auto attack up, right? So 1 auto, okay, and I found Leona's ward, and as you can see, Leona found my ward in the river too because, you know, good players. They knew that I didn't ward lane, so he found where I did ward it. So I have my empowered auto ready, and I'm just going to go up and try to trade. So again, look how much damage it did to Leona's health bar, and she wasn't expecting me to do that much damage with 1 auto attack because I'm a Neeko. That's why I hide my passive with the thingy. So even though I'm in passive, you have to keep track of it in your head. But yeah, I have it up again because I auto 2 autos, right? And there we go. There's another auto trade. Auto, and my empowered auto is up again, even though I can't see it. And I'm looking for another empowered auto trade if I can. And I couldn't find it. I took Q level 2, and the reason I took Q level 2 was because that their bot lane leashed, which means that Lilia is pathing towards top. And it means that I would take root if I was scared of getting gank level 2, but since I'm not scared of getting gank level 2, and because of the fact that this lane, we can't really all in level 2 with a Misfortune, we're just looking to poke, I can get more poke out with the thing. Also, I could use E level 2 if I thought Graves would gank, but with the position where we're shoving them under tower and stuff, it's very unlikely Graves would gank this lane. So yeah, I just took Q because you can see there how I can easily get Q poke off. It does more damage than E, it has a lower cooldown than E, and it's easier to hit than E, so I can just constantly poke the enemy with my empowered Q and empowered autos. So here you can see, I'm not going to go back too much in this video, but this is the main point of the video, how to counter Leona's E. So you can watch here, I'll put it in slow-mo, how I stealth it, right? So waiting. Rumor has it. Okay. So look, I don't stealth yet. See how it hit me and I still haven't stealthed yet? Now I stealth. When he gets into melee range, I stealth now, and watch where he auto attacks. He ends up auto attacking a minion because he came in, he tried to auto me, I went stealth, and he ends up auto attack stunning the minion next to me, right? And now he's a sitting duck and I can turn around and DPS him, and I ignite him and everything. I think my ADC didn't expect so much damage. She probably could have turned and maybe wouldn't have been able to kill, but if she attacked him, would have probably got their ADC heal and maybe the support flash. So kind of unfortunate, but there you have it. That's how you counter Leona. She E's in, you don't stealth, you wait till she flies into melee range, you stealth, and then Leona hopefully stuns a minion. Now, I will say I found at really high level that Leona actually kind of counters Neeko. Because if she just flies in and doesn't auto attack and then waits for you to come out of stealth, she can hit you. But that still gives you time to get a bit of distance closer. And yeah, it's a skilled thing. But this person's never played versus my Neeko before, and they didn't know how to counter it. But even if they did in that position, I was in a position where I was safe, and it would have still been a winning trade for me. So at this point, my jungler didn't ping me in advance that he's going to be invading. And if I remember correctly, he gets killed and he gets really mad at me. We'll see. Anyways, I'm still just looking to poke. I got my E now, so I got a little E down, right? And I am pushing this wave, and now my Graves is pinged, so it's like I need to push this wave with my ADC, so I'm just getting a little autos and I'm moving, right? I shouldn't have walked back through it again, but like either way, by the time he pinged it, even if I went right away, like Leona had the path first, right? And I don't think even if I was there in time, I could have stopped that, really. I would have been here and able to get the root, but he still would have died. And he got really mad at me, but I'm sitting there like, you have to ping me in advance, right? Like, he pinged me as he was walking in. I think he needed to just ping me earlier if his idea is to invade. Like, if that was his idea the whole time, he needs to let me know. I definitely could have moved a bit quicker. Okay, so I go for an E-flash. This is actually really bad. It looks good because we kill him. But as you see in a second here, I'm pretty sure, yep, my memory is correct, we get killed. So the reason this is bad is because we already knew Lilia was bot side, right? So there's already a high chance we were about to get ganked, and then I literally go and E-flash into the enemy for a kill. So, I mean, fortunately we got a kill, but they get 2 kills back. So that was bad by me. It was Graves did a bad play here, and I did a bad play here. But anyways, so now that I am dead, we obviously get ourselves Predator boots, and I got magic resist boots because they have 1, 2, 3 APs. They have CC, 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 CC. So Merc Treads is just super, super gold efficient. And I'm walking towards mid here. Just for self-VOD review, I don't know if going towards mid through this path is correct. I think I should have gone to mid through the top side of the jungle because I have a control ward here. My jungler's here, so if I walk here and say Graves gets into a fight with Lilia, I'll be closer to move towards him. If I go this way, there's a chance Leona and Lilia are sitting in this bush, right? Like, what happens if Lilia was doing this camp and Leona was sitting in this bush, right? And because Leona died and had a lot of time to get prio, so I think moving towards here was bad. I think I should have moved towards here, considering I have control ward and jungle near me. But anyways, self-VOD review. Figuring out my mistakes. Yeah, so this is really bad by me. So first of all, I just walked in without using my sweeper, which it was off cooldown, so I could have just walked over a lot of vision. I didn't. I managed to escape their vision, but I could have. And I could have just been, like, opened on by a Leona E over the wall with their, like, mid laner here, too. So that was bad of me. And second of all, the scenario that I predicted, I know this is a game I already played, but I didn't remember any of this. So, yeah, if I had moved onto this side of the map, right, and I was chilling in this bush right now, I would have been able to walk over here and take this blast cone and be able to help my jungler. So that's why I should have moved to the top side of the map. So now I'm moving towards my Graves because I see that, but now I'm also letting the team know I'm coming. And when the enemy team knows I'm coming, I have a lot less map pressure because they all can back off and react, right? So there's the Leona. Again, I do the stealth trick. You can see, like I said, if there's no minion, she can still get me. But do you see the fact that I'm saying? So I'll show this again. I know I said I wouldn't do this too much, but because this is the whole point of the video of how to counter Leona. Right? So I go, right? I don't stealth right away. I stealth right when she gets into melee range, right? And now, even though, because there's nothing else for her to stun, she can get me, right? The thing is look at the distance I got, right? So she engaged on me here. And I was able to walk all the way here before she could stun me, which gets me out of range of their mid laner. And if I was in the bot lane and I'd say I was here and I ran all the way here, I'd be in my minion wave, right? So it allows you to play aggressive and you can go back, and even if she follows you and stuns you, you're going to be in your minion wave and your ADC can start pressuring their ADC, right? So this time she was able to get me. She could have maybe backed and stunned my minion, but she didn't. But it gets me enough distance and I can just disengage. And this is how you counter Leona as Neeko. The Merc Treads really do help a lot with reducing her CC duration and stuff. I would really recommend them if you can. I also have, I didn't go over my runes at all, I guess, but I also have Unflinching, which reduces the CC also by a bit. So for runes, actually, let's just watch this for a second, then I'll go over my runes. Okay, well, a good time to stop and look at things. Nothing's happening. So I am going back towards bot lane here. I'm just chilling because I think more action's about to happen. You see Jax coming in. So I'm coming back and I'm hiding here because I'm trying to hide out of vision. So the enemy team doesn't know I'm here, right? So if I show enemy vision, they don't know I'm here, right? They have no idea I'm here. So I'm just kind of shadowing my mid laner, waiting so that when they go in, I can come out and counter engage. So now I reveal myself, counter engage. We get a TP coming in. Graves kind of inting himself, but we have a good rumble out. Whoopsies, I'm in fast forward mode. And their mid laner goes and dives me, but I think that's worth because we get an assist and a kill for it. And Miss Fortune is looking like she's in a bad position too, but she gets herself not out. So yeah, some people going into bad positions here. So anyways, let's go over my runes. So for runes, as you guys know, I've been taking Predator recently. I like it because I can Predator and just run in at the enemy. It's really, really useful for hitting big ultis. I take Taste the Blood because it's a great lane tool. I go for a lot of auto attack trades, and if I auto for auto trade, I'm getting healed off of that, and it's just good because Neeko's got a lot of poke utility in her kit. Zombie Ward because it gives you vision control around later when you're sweeping wards. It's just really nice where you sweep out an area and you don't have to drop your own wards in there. And then Also gives you AP. Relentless Hunter, because I like move speed to rotate quicker. You can see me rotating around the map right now, and this is helping me. Ingenious Hunter is fine too. A lot of people ask me why I don't go Ingenious when I get like Zanya's, Locket, and Predator. The short answer is in my elo, people usually fight around set timers. So people are going to be fighting like every 3 minutes, every 4 minutes. They're not going to be fighting like, oh, we just fought and like a minute later we're fighting again. So usually Ingenious Hunter doesn't really help Locket or Predator because they already have like basically a minute cooldown. And Zanya's it would be useful. I will say Ingenious Hunter would be useful for Zanya's because Zanya's is a 2-minute cooldown and you can reduce it to a minute and like 20 or something like that, which is really useful. But I don't know. I feel like that's like I get Zanya's second item. It's quite late, and I feel like Relentless Hunter helps me all. Like right now, look at me rotating over, right? And even when I pop Predator, I'm getting extra move speed from it. So yeah, and then I go conditioning and then flinching because it's really good scaling. Conditioning, honestly, it makes your lane phase harder. You could take second wind if you're not as confident, but it really helps your scaling a ton. So I'm moving towards this mid lane fight that's happening and keeping an eye on my ADC to make sure she doesn't get engaged on, but we're getting the inside track, so we will be there first. So the enemy team should be backing off. And yeah, I get there, I don't get an assist for it, but good stuff, good stuff. Good soup. So now my ADC is pushing mid and I'm helping him push mid. And we should go back bot because we don't want them to take free plates bot. I mean, we could go bot or we can trade plates mid. She looks like she wants to trade plates mid. I'm indifferent about this. I feel like we know that their jungler was dead. There's no way that we would get caught in their bot side jungle, and we could have easily rotated. Here I get caught by Leona, but to be honest, I knew Leona was in this bush, so this was a bait. I was baiting this. I knew she was there. It ends up not going how I wanted it to, though. Because I had Talon coming. Talon eats that last shot. And the bait ends up being not bad, but I think Talon just overextends. He chases this down and ends up running into a Lilia that we already saw and kills himself. So it was an okay bait. It would have been fine because all the damage went into me, and then me and Leona would have had a both recall, which would have been fine. But, oh, I baited myself. Yeah, I think Talon just... I'm not kidding. I knew Leona was in there, and I took that blast. And I need to just get out of here, man. I think I don't, and I might actually end up dying. I think I stick around too long. No, I back? Okay, good job. Good job by me. What have I been building so far? The Merc and the Ruby Crystal, I've been liking to rush tank items first. The reason being, in the current meta, my team doesn't really need me to do damage. Look at my team. Misfortune, damage. Talon, damage. Graves, damage. Rumble, damage. What is my team missing? Look at the enemy team. Damage, 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 damage. What are they missing? A frontline tank, right? But they have a Leona. What does my team have for frontline? We have a Neeko, right? Well, if I go full DP, AP Neeko, what I find usually is my team has no way to engage fights. We have no way to frontline their fight, and then usually someone gets picked off and died. But if I go this tank Neeko build, you'll see throughout the game where I'm able to frontline for my team, stop Leona from being able to just run at people and engage. So yeah, I've been going Locket into Zanya's, even though you could keep going tank items. I find Zanya's is the equivalent of a tank item, because if I Zanya's and stop them from doing 500 damage to me, well, that's as good as any sort of resist or HP or anything. So it's a bit risky, to be honest. I don't remember if we saw Leona, their Lilia or not, but I guess we must have for me to have done a play like that. But it ends up being worth it because we trade Leona's ult, which is 81 seconds, for mine, which is 90, so I guess not as worth as I was thinking, but it's basically the same thing. But we put out a lot of pressure in bot lane. We're getting their team to rotate for us. It was good until I took all that free damage from Jhin, I think. And we get a free flash, right? So, good job, good job. And now I recall, because I am very low. He's pinging help with this, but like, I don't know what he wants from me. If I walk over this, they'll see that I'm doing it. And like, I'm so low. I'm like 1 HP. So yeah, I'm not doing that. So as you can see, I got my Kindle Gem and my components. And I guess I didn't have enough for a control ward because I don't have one, and I would have got one if I had enough gold for it. Here I'm being bad. So the bad part about this was I was pretending to be Rumble, which was good for move speed, but once I got into the area where they could have had vision, I should have turned into Talon, because Rumble's going to show top and Talon's in base. So if I turn into Talon, it's more believable that I'm actually Talon. So Graves gets mad here and is going to ping that I didn't use ult, but as you can see, it was on cooldown. It only just comes up right now. So I couldn't actually use it. It just came up now. And you're going to see him ping it. The classic Neeko R. And I'm like, bro, you just inted. I didn't have R up. Come on, man. This guy was raging at me for the invade. He was raging at me there. Like in chat, he was also typing. And I also, well, I don't know if he was typing actually, because what I was about to say is he's on my block list. I noticed in the game at the very start when he like pinged me for the invade, I looked and saw that he was already muted, which means he was on my block list. Oh, this was nice. Look, our ulti, you can see the little animation, so. And we actually end up getting him. So you can see, even if they're out of vision, you can still see, if it hit or not. So you'll see here, right? See that little thingy? Even though you don't have vision on them, you know it hit because you see that little thing, which obviously, by the way, doesn't look like it should hit, but yeah, it does. I put a ward down, Misfortune R's, and we get a kill. And at this point, Misfortune was like, you're smurfing. And I'm like, yeah, my main account's in Challenger. This is my smurf. This is another Grandmaster account. I have account in Chally and account in Grandmaster. I'm smurfing. By the way, I didn't even say it yet, but obviously, as always, if you enjoy the content, help me grow my channel by commenting, and subscribing. I'll help you with the comment. If you made it this far and you want to support the channel, type in, what should we type up? Okay, here is good because I'm pulling their Lilia away from my teammate, and we actually both end up living because she greeted, so. And she dies. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to help me with the channel. What should we comment? What is your, what's your, it's hard to ask you. I can't expect you guys to comment if I can't even think about what I want you guys to comment. Comment. Ooh, comment what your favorite Neeko quote is. Mine is obviously, Neeko's a strong tomato. Neeko's not a sad tomato, she's a strong tomato. So yeah, comment your favorite Neeko voice line. If you want to help support the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my streams. I stream from 4 to 10 p.m. EST weekdays, and let's get back into the video, I guess. So there seems to be a Pepega fight going on down here. And I decide, you know what? It ain't worth it. I'm 1B. And Talon's like, hell no, it's worth it. Let's go for it. And I'm like, okay, man. So there was a good idea to hide my HP when I go in, but I shouldn't have walked into melee range of him because I don't know if he had W up or anything, but he could have just maybe killed me. So I should have just standed outside of that range. But it ended up being a kill for kill trade, so. Considering I was so low HP and I was going to have to get off the map and they were all full HP, I guess trading kill for kill is good. Because it means that we... Yeah, this is the guy, by the way, who was flaming me. But at least he's laughing about it and having a good time. And we are a little bit of gold off of our locket. So we're just sitting on components still. Leona is sitting on the exact same components because we are at the exact same gold value right now. And Leona's got a bit better KP than me. She's got 2 KP more than me, but I think I've been doing a pretty good damn goddamn good job myself. Like I said, I played this off stream and I had a lot of fun. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was off stream. Maybe it was because of the fact that their support also hit Challenger multiple seasons in a row and is TSM's Academy player, so it was like 2 supports just smurfing. You can see that me and Leona have been like the same places around the map the whole time, but I really enjoyed this game. I was having a lot of fun. One of the most fun games I've had all season, so that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. It was a fun game. So I'm moving towards my Talon to try and, you know, help him out because he's getting caught. My Predator is down now, but I popped it because, you know, I wanted to get there. And even if I, like, it just discourages the enemy too. When I pop Predator and they get the Predator mark over their head, they're like, uh-oh, Neeko's coming in. Could have been bad if I got hit by any of Leona's stuff, but yeah, I end up just walking it out. I bait Leona here. You see how I walk back into the Leona thing, by the way? Because of being a tank, if I was AP Neeko, Leona would have probably killed me there. But I actually, like, purposely baited this. And I typed to my team after that I baited Leona, because you can see I walked back into the Leona purposely, because I know Leona can't kill me here, right? So look, and I walk back into it. I take a side step back to make sure it hits me. And so we can just kill the Leona. This is why I had fun this game. Because I was playing versus a multi-challenger Academy player and just smurfing on him. It was fun. I said after the end of the game that was the most fun games I had. Then I said I don't know actually if the enemy team had as much fun as I did because they lost, but I had fun. It was a close game, and I was freaking baiting them always in because of me being tankier than they expect, and it was fun. So Dragon is spawning in 35 seconds, so I am probably going to go get vision control around there, like a good support. And because they just fought in our whole bot side jungle, I decided to use my sweeper to sweep out all this because we don't want any TP flanks. I mean, they don't actually have TP yet, but, you know, this guy's TP actually could be up in the time, around the time Baron is spawning. So I just sweep out our jungle to make sure that they just don't have vision of us too. So I'm just fighting for control. And now I'm just going to peel my misfortune. She kind of walked in a bad direction and got caught. But thank God I had Locket. The extra resist plus the shield. She wouldn't have died to that, but she would have been very close to dying. I think she dropped like 400. The shield was like almost 300, probably 250, right? And the extra 9 resist I was giving her or whatever from the aura, she could have been very close to dead right there had I not peeled her. Okay, I end up getting too close, but again, we're trading kills, so it's not too bad. Their team's down numbers, so I was playing a bit over aggressive, but you know, when our team's up numbers, we're gonna win any fight anyway, so could have played it a bit safer, but it's fine. And as you can see next, I'm building Zanya's, so I picked up my Stopwatch. If I had enough gold, I feel like if it's amp home between Stopwatch, I'll always get Stopwatch. If it's, oh, this is a disaster. If it's amped home between Stopwatch, I'll always get Stopwatch. If it's Fiendish Codex between Stopwatch, I'll usually get the Fiendish Codex. So it's probably always best to get Stopwatch as early as possible, to be honest, because if you can make a play with it right when you get it, that could be a game turning or a game winning play. The later you get it, you're delaying it, but also at the same time, if you get it first and use it right away, that means you have a long way until you get it again, so I don't know. Again, this is what I'm talking about, having a Stopwatch and being able to just bait plays. Oh, okay, I guess it didn't really bait plays, so I guess I just wasted it and die here. Alright, so this is what I'm saying, where if you get it really early, you can end up, no, I don't have it until I'm freaking done my item. That can be a while, so. See, even though I played this game before, it's not scripted because it was Saturday and today is Tuesday, Wednesday. So I woke up and I'm recording this video for you guys because I appreciate you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, tell me your favorite Neeko quote line. Oh my god, can't talk. So yeah, that was a bit awkward. We'll just get freaking, I wish I had that Men in Black thing. I could just whoosh, wipe that from your memory and we can move on. That never happened. Right? I'm perfect. I never make mistakes. I don't ever int. I'm running at Leona. My damage is pathetic because I'm going tank. My damage is pathetic into Leona because she has resistances and stuff because I'm tank. But if I got that same combo into Jhin, maybe like Jhin for sure, I can do a lot of damage, right? Like even as a tank Neeko, my E is doing 230 plus 200, so that's 430 plus 100 per bounce, 630 plus this, so 630, 700, right? So like this is 700 damage if I just hit my normal combo. 700 damage to someone who probably will say like my 700 damage, right? To someone who has 1400 health. I'm doing half her HP pool if I hit her with a combo. So even though I'm not going AP, if I'm still hitting squishy targets, I can still take out half their HP alone. Plus, if I ulti on top of it, it's an extra 300, so 7, 8, 9, 10. I could do 1,000 damage to her, so I'd be taking out basically 2/3 of her HP if I full comboed her. Plus Ignite, if I have it up, 1,200, right? So 1,200, I can almost solo an 80 carry. I throw full combo, I get one more, I keep autoing my next 5 seconds later. If I keep autoing 5 seconds later, hit my next Q, I can solo an 80 carry, right? So even though I'm not really building damage per se, like at this point, I don't even have any of the components of Zanya's. Once I complete my Zanya's, I'd be able to 100% solo kill a carry if I have Ignite up. But into a Leona who is built literally magic resist and has good MR per level because she's a tank, I would assume. Yeah, I don't do damage to Leona. So I backed with not a lot of gold. Usually I'd rather get Fiendish Codex over the Arm Guard, but especially into a team with mostly AP, but this game I'm going to get the Seekers because I had enough for the armor and, you know, might as well get tankier, get something on my back. And Talon is kind of getting caught. We'll see what we can do here. Not much. I'm trying to stay and pressure their backline so that if their frontline commits, I'm in the backline and there's a Rumble who can ulti over my ults, right? So, yeah, I'm just trying to pressure the backline so that if they actually collapse in, I can come in behind on the flank. And like I said, I can actually do damage to their backline. So I threw my W forward to try and block the... You can see I threw it towards my ADC, trying to block it for her. And they try to tower dive a tank Neeko, and I kind of just, you know, do what a tank Neeko does and just tank the damage and not die. And Miss Fortune hits the ulti and blast cones out, so gives us the little thumbs up. So I'm saying I had a fun game, and Miss Fortune was having a fun game too. Like, that looked really fun for her, to be honest. Yeah, they didn't learn their lesson. Don't dive a tank Neeko. People don't expect Neeko to be tanky. That's like the biggest advantage, is that people don't expect it, and they just like get caught over and over again going in on me, right? There, like, if I was a squishy Neeko, right, didn't have the extra 200 HP for my support item, the extra resist, I would have died there. But I'm alive. He's dead. I'm alive. Graves eating forwards. And Lilia is dead. Nice. This Lilia was super fed too. So killing her and like, that was a good kill because we're getting rid of this person who was super fed, taking her shutdown gold, getting Baron. I'm just positioning myself in between the Baron and here because they have people, so I'm just like, you know, I can zone. But I'm low HP, so how much can I zone? And the dude flashes on me, as you can see. Neeko's stealth kind of counters that kind of a play. I kind of died, but it's fine because I'm stopping him from pressuring the Baron. Nice. I don't know if I could have played this any different. If I don't peel here. Let's watch it quickly again, actually. Maybe I could have. It was a good bait. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have ultied him. Right. So this was good. I think I do. It's hard to know. Whatever, we're not going to know what the right play was there. I could have ultied him, or I could have just root queued him and walked backwards and just stuck with my team, and his jump is down and we dart DPS it and then wait for him to jump on someone else and then ulti that. But who knows? Hard to say. So I got my Seekers now. Only 20 AP on that, so it doesn't actually increase my damage by that much, right? This went from 230 damage to 280, so an extra 50 damage. Actually, that must have been because I put a point in it too, because it goes up by 85 to 220, which is 35 damage. So it went up by 30 damage, or it went up by 15, something like that. I mean, it's 60%, so yeah, it sounds like it went up by about 15 damage because of that 20 AP I bought. Not very much. This is a 90% ratio, so it would have gone up by about 20 and 15, so 30. 15 is 30. 50, so overall, and 130, so 30, 55-ish. So the whole combo goes up by about 55-ish damage because of that. It's not a lot, but once I finish the Zhonya's, it's quite a good damage increase. So Leona engaging, me counter-engaging, enemy team crying, lock it, and boom, look at his HP. All I want to say is if I didn't have Locket, he would have been dead, and it wouldn't have baited it any farther, right? So not only is it the Locket shield, but it's also giving right now, I have how many legendary items? I have 1, so I have an extra 2 concentration aura. So I'm giving him an extra 7 magic resistant armor plus the shield, right? So he comes out of here, right? And I Locket shield him right there, right? And look at his HP, right? 183. The Locket shield is shielding over 200. It shields 230 to 380 depending on my ally's HP, so it's probably shielding for a level 14, probably about 300, right? Plus the resistances, which is enough to make Leona have to flash and go in, right? So the Locket literally got Leona's flash, and it's a kill trade, so it wasn't very good by Leona. Maybe she was a little tilted by this point. Getting baited onto the tank Neeko. Me hitting that to make sure he just loses an escape path. Me coming in and just, you see how I just stopped their ADC from being able to like follow up on the play. This guy might have died had I not blocked him off. Oh, and this guy picked off the Jax Pog. And I have enough to finish Zanya's, get control wards. Nice. So this is now a big DPS increase since I got 65 AP, right? This just went up. Right. Now we're doing enough damage where I can basically solo a carry who has 1700 health. So I'm probably actually not able to still, but either way, the point of this build isn't to solo carries, it's to bait. Oh, right here, watch this. This is awesome. Pretty sure I just get this Leona might have been tilted, to be honest. No, it wasn't right there. Soon Leona engages on me in this area. It's probably actually closer to this fight. It's like the Merc treads plus my unflinching makes it very hard for Leona to actually kill me. So someone pinged there's a ward here, so I'm just clearing out the ward. Remember that part of the game. Of course I remember the vision control, that's the most important part of the sport. Don't remember half the fights, but I'll remember where a ward was. Never forget where a ward was. Oh, I think this is where I bait Leona in. No. Okay. I know it was somewhere on this side of the fight map. So next, what am I building? I didn't get anything. I didn't have enough gold for anything. I would imagine at this point in the game, I just wait for my ward stone. I'm almost 13, and there isn't a need for Morellos. It's usually either the Oblivion Orb or ward stone at this point. I haven't tested it, but I would imagine Void Staff might be really good at this point too. You just need more damage because Neeko has really high base damage. So getting penetration with her high base damage is really good. Like I'd actually be really hurting this Leona right there if I had a Void Staff. So I haven't tested the build yet, so I'm not saying it's good yet. But after these two items, Locket and this, I could go Void Staff, and I would imagine it would actually be very, very good with Neeko's high base damage. As you can see, the base damage of this is 300 plus 150 per bounce. That's 300 plus 300, 630. This does 630 damage if it gets all the bounces off, which it will if I hit a root. 630 damage base, right? So if you can get rid of the enemy's resist to just make sure that whole 630 is hitting, it's a lot of damage. A lot of damage when like my mid laner has, you know, that's like about over a quarter of his HP. So I'm pretending to be Rumble. This is where I bait the Leona in on me. Watch this. This is great. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Well, we go for a little fight. I get a little ulti in. He jumps to my clone like a fib, and I peel back into the pit. And I'm just chilling. I'm like, oh god, please don't kill me, dragon. But I'm too tanky. And I'm over here getting some little fruits before I get back into the fight. Predator being super useful right now, to be honest. Oh, do my locket. Again, the locket's just too key. That's twice this Leona's flash for locket. Okay, it must have been right at the end of the game. I've been hyping up this bait forever, and it ends up being at the end of the game. So their team's just getting really desperate right now. I'm like, let's just be, guys. I'm spam pinging bees. My team really wants to fight. My guys, please. Let's not throw the game. We're about to win. Let's just recall. What's the difference between us 5v5ing now or 5v5ing after we get full HP and items, you know? And I did get the ward stone, like I said. Not a bad option. Feels kind of pathetic when you go the locket build in some ways because it's only giving 23 AP is actually not terrible. But it feels a little pathetic because you don't have that much AP, but it's still giving 200 HP. It's still giving 20 ability haste, 23 AP. Yeah. And it gives a lot of vision. And it's really cheap. I rate it. Okay, here, finally, is the moment where Leona goes in on me. I do the stealth trick I told you at the beginning of the video.
She ulties me, but I just have too much tenacity. Like, look how little that duration was, because I had 20, I had 15 unflinching, and I had also that. No engaging on ADC. I just ulti his ult. I'm tanky. I literally took 0 damage from it. He gets CC'd and he's in a terrible place. People always say that Sylas counters Neeko because Sylas is better with Neeko. I don't think that's true. I think Neeko is much better with Stith because, first of all, Sylas doesn't have a way. So my team's trying to end and I'm just stopping this guy from backing. So I'll just talk about why I don't think it's true. So Sylas, if you CC him, you can kill him. So when Sylas ulties, when Neeko ults, there's the moment where she can't move and the whole enemy team can CC her. So when Sylas takes it, he gets in that position where now he can't avoid anything and you can just CC and burst him, right? He doesn't have a way to lock you in, so he can E you and ult, but then there's a moment where you can flash out because his E is low CC, where Neeko has the root. And then Neeko also has a stealth, so out of her ulti, she can stealth and survive, where, again, Sylas out of the ult has no way to survive. I think right here I'm typing, guys, this was the most fun, this was a fun-ass game, I had a good time, and Miss Fortune was like, yeah, I had a good fun time too. So anyways, for the 3rd time, no sellout, like, comment, subscribe. Favorite Neeko line in the comments. Check out my stream Mondays to Fridays, 4 to 10 p.m. EST. And see you guys. Actually, I'm going to be streaming this weekend, probably on Halloween. I'm going to be doing a Neeko cosplay stream, and I'll probably put a video of that up on Monday too if you don't want to come and see it live. So cosplay. Ooh, exciting. See you guys.